A mysterious drink rumored to boost health and vitality, and even offer longer life, all thanks to bacteria? What exactly is inside this so-called magical brew? And what is that mushroom thing? GT's Kombucha drink is made from a combination of organic and raw ingredients, including the SCOBY culture, black tea, green tea, cane sugar, and a variety of juices like raspberry and lemon. And its history is even sweeter than the drink. Let's step back a bit and learn kombucha's origins before we dive into GT Dave's history. The kombucha drink was first made in ancient China, likely in Bohosi region during the 3rd century BCE, from sweetened tea which was fermented with the unique culture of bacteria and yeast. This special drink was believed to possess the power of immortality. Based on this belief, the great emperor Qin Shi Huang, who was on the quest for immortality, made it his staple food and even ordered it to be consumed by all his citizens throughout the kingdom. It was believed that kombucha helped the emperor maintain his youthful vigor and longevity, earning itself the name Immortal Health Elixir and the tea of immortality all around the kingdom and beyond. In ancient Chinese texts, including Records of the Three Kingdoms, which is a historical text written in the 3rd century CE, it was credited with many medicinal properties associated with its consumption, like boosting the immune system and improving digestion. As centuries passed, this powerful drink spread across the Chinese borders, mainly through the famous Silk Road, where it was sold and traded by merchants and travelers. Kombucha became a household staple in other Asian countries like Korea, where it was known as the tea mushroom, in Japan, where people called it golden tea. Due to its magical essence and lore, the drink was handcrafted in family kitchens, with its simple yet powerful recipe passed down through generations to support community health and immunity. After dominating East Asia, kombucha found its way to Russia, where it was also called tea mushroom. It got the name because when it was prepared, the SCOBY forms a spongy mushroom-like substance on the surface of the fermented tea. This powerful drink only found its way into North America in the 20th century. Like in Russia, it spread from home to home, kitchen to kitchen, until it finally found its way into George Thomas Dave's family home.
Kombucha would not be where it is if it wasn't for those humble beginnings that I experienced in the 90s.
Raised by a family that had fully embraced Eastern philosophy, GT Dave grew up adopting a spiritual view of the world at a young age. His journey to founding the famous GT's Kombucha brand started after his parents received a gift of a SCOBY from a friend who had received it from a Buddhist nun. At just 15 years old, GT Dave started brewing this drink in his family kitchen, which he fed his mother Lorraine during her battle with breast cancer. After her recovery, she attributed her miraculous change in health to the kombucha, which motivated Dave to continue homebrewing it. The drink gained popularity in domestic markets in the 1990s. According to Sander Katz, who was a leading fermentation expert and author of The Art of Fermentation, this initial popularity was as the result of consumers believing that the drink was a powerful health aid for serious medical conditions, including AIDS. In 1995, GT Dave offered North America its first taste of kombucha by founding his own kombucha brewing company, which he called GT Living Foods. The company started brewing kombucha with the goal of preserving, protecting, and honoring the ancient Chinese tradition that makes the once-known tea of immortality so incredibly special. To this day, the brewing process of GT's kombucha has not changed a bit, indicating the significance and respect of its origin and history. The drink is still fermented in 5-gallon small batches as it was done centuries ago. To make GT's famous kombucha, high-quality green or black tea leaves are sourced from reputable suppliers and then poured into stainless steel tanks to be brewed for a specific period. The green tea leaves tend to have a milder taste with more antioxidant contents, which attribute to a smoother kombucha, while the black tea leaves are rich in tannins and caffeine, which provides a stronger flavor and supports the fermentation process. To take advantage of the properties of these tea leaves, Both leaves are mixed in the drink-making process for optimal fermentation and to get a GT Kombucha that is balanced in flavor. The mixture is then steeped for 15 to 30 minutes in purified water at controlled temperatures to extract antioxidants, tannins, and polyphenols, which contribute highly to its health benefits and also brings out its flavors. After the steeping process, the tea leaves are filtered out, and then the hot tea is left to cool down rapidly to room temperature to prevent bacterial contamination and to ensure that the SCOBY is not harmed when added. SCOBY is simply an acronym for Symbiotic Culture of Bacteria and Yeast. Once the tea is cooled down, a specific measurement of organic cane sugar is mixed in the brewed tea. This sugar serves as food for the SCOBY, which initiates the fermentation process. After the sugar is fully dissolved, the SCOBY is carefully placed into the cooled tea, where it begins the fermentation process. Most of the added sugar is consumed during the fermentation process as the yeast consumes it and converts it into alcohol, while bacteria convert the alcohol into organic acids. During the fermentation stage, the cooled tea is transferred into a specialized fermentation tank designed to speed up the microbial transformation of the tea into kombucha. Starter liquid from a previous batch of kombucha, rich in established cultures of yeast and bacteria, is also added into the fermentation tanks to initiate the process and lower the pH level of the mixture to inhibit the growth of harmful bacteria and increase the growth of the needed yeast and good bacteria. The tea mixture is left to ferment for 7 to 30 days, depending on the temperature, desired taste, and batch size. Over time, the kombucha develops its characteristic tangy taste, probiotics, and natural carbonation. The drink gets its tangy taste as a result of the production of several organic acids from the action of the SCOBY on the sugar. The longer the process takes, the less sweet the drink will be. On average, a single 16-ounce bottle of kombucha contains hundreds of millions to billions of live probiotics. Due to the duration of the fermentation process, yeast and bacteria in the SCOBY produce carbon dioxide as a byproduct. The yeast consumes the sugar and converts it into alcohol and carbon dioxide, while the bacteria allows for the carbon dioxide to continue building up, which creates natural fizziness in the drink. Once the initial fermentation is complete, the mixture is passed through a second fermentation process where flavors like organic fruit juices, herbs, or botanicals are added to create different flavors and to ensure it reaches the required quality. GT's kombucha follows a light filtration process, which includes the use of a low-pressure, gravity-based filtration method to remove unwanted solids like yeast or SCOBY fragments while preserving the live yeast bacteria and other beneficial compounds. The goal is to clarify the liquid, improve its appearance, and maintain its natural microbial content while improving its consistency. After the kombucha passes all quality control measures, glass bottles are chosen for their durability and inert properties to package the drink. These inert properties include the inability of the glass bottles to become reactive, which may change the acidic taste of the kombucha. The bottles also prevents oxygen exchange, which helps to maintain carbonation and prevent spoilage, and they are also non-porous in nature. This means they ensure to preserve the taste of the kombucha for a long period. Once sanitized, the bottles are filled with filtered and flavorful kombucha, using precision machinery. Branding labels are applied to the bottles to provide customers with essential product information. The bottles are then thoroughly inspected for any visible defect. After labeling and inspection, the bottles are packed into cases or trays by automated packaging machines which are prepared for shipping. The cases are then transferred to distribution centers, where they are organized to be transported to retail outlets and other destinations. You may not see us in your feed again, so for more trending content like this explanation on GT Dave's Kombucha or the Fix Dubai chocolate bar, be sure to subscribe. It's free and helps us bring you more interesting content. Check out our playlist of other factory food creations like the Impossible Burger, Cat Poop Coffee, and Cricket Protein Bars. And of course, if there's a product or trend you'd like to see covered, please share in the comments. You may have the next best video idea for us.